Hey, what's up everybody? This is BSL, Postman we're back once again. Welcome to the next part of BSL Play Senran Kagura Shinovi Versus. Now, we just beat a Karuga with Mirakumo. Let's see how this scene turns out this time. Win for Mirakumo. I'm pretty sure. What? You're really satisfied with that grade, Mirakumo? All the level ups. I do like how during the freaking experience scenes, she talks in her normal voice. My family is huge. I'm the oldest of 12 brothers and sisters. Mom just didn't know when to take a break. 2 of the younger ones were twins, and there's 3 more of them were triplets. Mom had 12 kids in 9 years. She was amazing. Oh, here's Sakura. Every day in my house was like a festival. The babies were crying night and day, and the older ones, just out of diapers, ran around playing or scrambling for snacks. We had 2 quintuple bunk beds in our room. They didn't start out that way, but when each baby turned 1 year old, my parents added another bunk on top of the rest. At that time, we had finally gotten up to 10. It was like sleeping in a submarine. Every day ended with dinner time. As soon as everyone smelled what was cooking, they'd all get together in the kitchen. Didn't matter if they were fighting or taking a nap, they'd stop what they were doing and help me carry the food and set the table. Of course, they weren't helping just to be nice. They were trying to scope out the menu and find the best place to sit. It's a daily struggle in a family that size, and they figured out that helping me was the best way to win. Itadakaimasu. That was the battle cry for the dinner war. Whoever got the best position would eat their favorite food and not say anything. Everyone else would push and complain and cry. He's got more rice than me. Ew, I hate carrot. He stole my beef. I didn't want tea. I want orange juice. You know how it goes. Me, I tried to keep everyone happy, so I walked the main dish around for everybody and brought orange juice for the kids who couldn't drink tea. Of course, while they kept me busy with that, they ate all the food. Would have been nice just to sit down and eat with them like a regular kid, but that's not how it was. Because our mom died on a mission right after she had her 12th kid. Guess she was rusty being away from the shinobi life for all those years, raising us. So, excuse me. So I had to be everybody's mom from then on. At least, I decided I had to be. I looked after all of them and smiled for them all the time, no matter how I felt. Dad was too busy with his shinobi work to come here, so who else was going to look after the little ones but me? Now, taking care of 11 selfish, pushy little kids turned out being a little tougher than I thought. But I did my best every day. I taught them what I knew, settled their fights, patted them on the head when they got good grades, scolded them when I had to, and laughed when the situation called for it. Yet, yeah, it was hard, but I had no complaints. I kinda liked it actually. All that energy all around me kept me going. Until a little less than a year after Mom, when Dad died too. Same as Mom in the line of duty. At Dad's funeral, I heard all my relatives whisper around the coffin. Why do you sound so ugly? I jumped right into the middle of them. Yeah, picture hearing that from a 9-year-old. Didn't matter how serious I was, nobody believed me. I don't blame them. So all my little brothers and sisters went off with different relatives. I was supposed to go too, but I didn't. First chance I got, I ducked out and ran away. I could live alone. I had to prove it. If I showed that to my relatives, they definitely let me take the kids. I know, spoken like a 9-year-old child. I had no plan, no real experience, and just a little bit of pocket change. I blew through the change in a day. That night, I found a park to sleep in. And there's Kurokage, right? That's how I met Master Kurokage. His voice was almost gone. I was so hungry and tired. Master Kurokage held out his hand, the roughest hand I'd ever seen. I reached for his outstretched hand. He took my hand and held it tightly. Rough as it was, his hand was strong and warm, and that's the way he raised me. Well, that was pretty depressing. Hi, Katsuragi. Are we about to have a fist versus kicks? Oh, Cat. Then shame on you. Yep, it's most definitely gonna be fist versus kicks. Let's get down, Cat. This is gonna be another kind of exploration, kill the lackeys thing, or is this gonna be just a straight fight? Yep, lackeys. No matter. After all, we are playing as frickin' Yosakura with the strong fist. I do kind of like that move. Oh, I was about to say, why can't I move? Oh, okay, we're fighting already. I'm just fine with that. Let's get down, Cat. Just please note you're about to get destroyed. I'm transforming immediately. Now show me something. I swear, if you just taunted me, you're already down. What a shame. Yeah, that was way too easy. Win for your Sakura. I guess the power of the fist wins. Rin. What are you talking about? That grade's awesome. Well, that was a pretty easy fight with Oyo Sakura. I think I'm beginning to like using her. Now what? More text? Asuka is Hanzo's granddaughter, and I am Kurokage's granddaughter. The battle ahead is a showdown between the granddaughters of two legendary shinobi. It was about 10 years ago when I met my grandfather for the first time, at my parents' funeral. The service was held at a small funeral hall in the mountains. Over and over, people I had never met told me how great my parents were as shinobi. I didn't want to hear that. No amount of praise would bring my parents back to life. What I wanted to know was why they were dead. Nobody answered that question. I went off alone outside the hall where a man with a face all covered in scars walked towards me. Here we go again. He was a stranger to me, but I wasn't afraid. I gave him a nod. I nodded again without any hesitation. As soon as we reached this house in a small mountain village, we started training. His training was harsh, potentially even deadly. I survived even only through my own sheer will, my singular desire to become a shinobi. If I succeeded, I knew I could find out why my parents died, who killed them, where those people are now, where they sleep when they sleep. My only goal in life is to become a shinobi as quickly as possible. Of course, that was then. In retrospect, I was far too eager for achievement and far too impatient to earn it. 1 year after I started training, I learned to wield the same secret ninja art my grandfather used. While I shouted and jumped with excitement, he walked towards me without a word and slapped me across the cheek. Well, damn. After that, he stopped letting me train. Instead, he taught me other things. I learned how to cultivate crops and vegetables, the names of the stars in the sky, and all about Japanese history and mythology. Each subject was interesting in its own right, and I know the importance of a good education and practical skills, but it left me unsatisfied. My desires hadn't changed. I wanted to train. I constantly wondered when he would see reason and let me train again. I must have been very unpleasant to be around back then. One day, when I was picking wild grass in a field, I suddenly felt something cold pressed against my cheek. Ah. I cried out a little and found my grandfather standing behind me. He brought a cup of shaved ice for me. I sat down in the grass and took a spoonful of the ice. A cold, sweet flavor spread through my mouth. He sat down next to me. My lips must have been so pouty as I said that he reached out and patted me on the head. He cracked a smile and stood up. Then he drew his kodachi and took a battle stance. When my grandfather wielded his kodachi, a mass of black energy whirled into the sky. The energy flooded out from his body until the sky grew dark as dusk. With that power, I was certain he could take down an army. His black eyes made my secret ninja art look like a child's magic trick. I was so amazed that I dropped my shaved ice. It was true. I hadn't even known I had a living grandfather until after my mother died. Why hadn't she ever told me about her father? He roughly stroked my head, his eyes lonely. The next day, we started training again. His training was as harsh as before, and it built me up day by day. Strangely, I felt as if my mind grew calmer and calmer the stronger I became. I never really understood why. As my power grew, I considered how to use it, what to use it for. Avenging my parents seemed petty and personal. No, I wanted to use my strength for a greater ideal. I bowed before my grandfather and asked him, He closed his eyes. Quietly, he told me everything. About his training as a good shinobi and about how he came to be a renegade. By the time he had finished the story, I had already made up my mind. I would use my power to carry on his dream and create a world without evil. That is why I cannot tolerate Asuka. She calls herself good, but keeps company with evil. That is a weakness of character, a failure of moral courage, and if I looked the other way, I'd be just as guilty. When I burn away evil, I'll throw her false goodness into the fire. This is no simple family grudge between us. This is a war that transcends generations. Well, that's some deep quappers I just heard. Let's get down, Asuka. Is this a straight fight, or do you have lackeys? Regardless, let's get down. Nope, this is just a How dare you? Now freeze. Yeah, we all know how it goes. Regardless, freeze. Freeze to the power of Yumi. That's right, let's keep going. Continue to freeze for me, Asuka. How dare you? Damn it! You're still going down. Stay down. Victory. And I didn't even need to bother to transform, even though for some reason I feel like I should have. Win for Yumi. I will note that information. Homura. Wasn't too hard of a fight, I guess. Level 9. Now perhaps I can return to the ninja room if you don't mind. Thank you. How you doing, Miracomo? There was something I wanted to do with you. To the dressing room. How you doing, Miracomo? Still adorable, I see. That's all I wanted to do. Call it odd, but that's all I wanted to do. Until next time, everybody, Boat Spinning Lizard out.